Hello, Steve. Today is Thursday, February the 20th. If you recall from my last video, I said I wasn't going to talk about the Olympics today, but I think based on what happened today, you'll excuse me if I decide to delve into that topic a little bit early. To begin with, I'm sure you're thrilled with the gold medal won in the event of extreme physics chess. And after watching that game from start to finish, I have to say that I have a much higher appreciation for the game of curling. It really is extreme physics chess. So hats off to Canada for going undefeated and taking the gold medal and was truly a dominant performance. And while the curling game today gave us an example of a methodical and dominant performance, the hockey game was the exact opposite kind of excitement, pure chaos. Seriously, you can't get a better end to a hockey game than that. And even though the first 57 minutes of the game were pretty tough to watch, we can all agree that the last minutes of that game we'll never forget. That was certainly one of the best hockey games I've seen in a long time. Well, the last 3 minutes in overtime, at least. And another really exciting thing about the result of that game is what it did for women's hockey as a whole. If you compare the TSN airtime of men's hockey to women's hockey, it's probably about 1,000,000 to 1, which whether you agree is right or wrong is simply just reality at this time. But for one day and one game, that was completely different. So take that, doubters of women's hockey. It was also a really exciting time because, like the Olympics tend to do, it seemed like everyone you knew was interested in and watching the result of that game all at the same time. I definitely got a lot of enjoyment looking at all the excitement building on everyone's Facebook statuses upon the conclusion of the game. And that's what the Olympics are about, bringing nations together at the dismay of the other nations we crush along the way. I do feel for the American team, though. And that especially includes American player Amanda Kessel, who, like her brother Phil Kessel, knows a thing or two now about epic, monumental third-period collapses. Ouch. So on one end of the spectrum, we have sheer dominance by the Canadian curling team. And while dominance feels good inside, there's nothing more exciting and more exhilarating than something a little bit more unpredictable. And that's what I learned today in the Olympics. I did promise last video to provide a recipe for marshmallow chocolatey peanut butter squares of awesomeness. Now I'm going to have to save that for the next video because of all the excitement from the Team Canada game actually postponed me making them today. So hang tight, fans of awesome combinations of marshmallow, peanut butter, and chocolate. The Oscars are coming up in a little over a week's time, so I'm going to make 4 more predictions today. My first prediction is going to be in the category of costume design, so hold on just a second. Much better. I looked back to some of the previous winners of the Best Costume Design Award and noticed that a lot of them are time period type pieces. Corroborating that information with the popular opinion of the experts, I decided to go with the movie The Great Gatsby for Best Costume Design. My next prediction is going to be the award of Best Production Design. And for this one, most of the experts are also saying The Great Gatsby. I did a little bit of research and I noticed that the Best Costume Design and Best Production Design aren't always the same movie. In fact, in the most recent history, it's never been the same movie. And in that sense, I'm going to go with an underdog for this category. I'm going to pick 12 Years a Slave, as it seems to fit the mold better for recent winners. My next prediction is going to be the award of Best Cinematography. I'm not going to give much justification other than the word gravity. As I said previously, I'm pretty sure that Gravity is going to sweep most of the technical awards, so I'm going to also put it in for cinematography. And finally, the award for Best Makeup. First off, I'm going to agree with your opinion that there's no way the Academy allows a movie like Jackass to win this award. And if they do decide to do that, they can just prove me wrong. I'm going to go with Dallas Buyers Club for this award. Yes, seems like a safe pick. And that's it for my Oscar predictions, so if you'll excuse me for a second. Now finally, on to chess. Which, unlike curling, doesn't have very much physics involved. Other than friction, of course. Now, the board hasn't been updated in a while, and there's been a little bit of a break between videos, and I can only see the move history up to January 31st, so my move is queen from a4 to a5. But right now I'm going with what I remember about the moves, not what the moves actually were. For the sake of getting tonight's video out, I'm going to go with that move temporarily. And what I mean by that is if I notice something that I did incorrectly based on the videos I watched tonight, I'll send you a message to let you know what the actual move should have been instead of that move. Normally I would go back and watch the videos before putting this out, but I'm going to do it the other way around just for the sake of getting this video put out, so if I made a mistake I will let you know right away before you make your next move. So until the next time, go Canada.